Here's another interesting piece of theory that we often forget from our level 2 work, and then moving on to level 3, there's an expectation that you've actually held all this information on some of our basic theory that we need. And something like this could easily come up in a level 3 test paper. So let's just have a quick look again. Let's recap the hair growth cycle, remembering the keyword act. Okay, so we can remember the actual transition of hair growth from the beginning through to the end. And obviously ACT stands for Anlagen, Catagen and Telogen. So here we have our life cycle of a hair. So just key in basic actually sort of timelines really we need to remember if we were asked this in an exam is our anagen stage of hair growth is anything from 1 to 7 years. Average of 3 years. I suppose it depends on which textbook you're reading, but for us, on the whole, we know that our hair actively grows over a period of 1 to 7 years. So depending on our anagen cycle, some people can sort of grow their hair, really, really long, and other people, can actually get really, really long hair right down to their bum, and other people might have hair growth to about here and never make it beyond the shoulders of the client. So our clients may say to us, why can't I ever grow my hair long? My friend's got her hair right down to her bottom, but my hair never grows further than my shoulders. And it could be that genetically that each of our clients has their own phase of anagen. So it could be that some of our clients only have active hair growth maybe for 3 or 4 years. So perhaps their hair will only ever grow perhaps to shoulder length or just below. And other clients may have an extended anagen cycle, which means their hair growth can be active for up to 7 years. So that would actually make the time allowed longer to get your hair to grow really long before it moves into the next stage of actually sort of starting to slow down and rest and fall out. So remember, hair growth is about 1/2 inch a month. Okay, so that's something, again, we mustn't forget because that could be asked in a test paper, 1/2 inch. Let's just spell that word inch so everyone's clear. So we've got average growth is 1/2 inch a month, but that 1/2 inch a month could be active up to 7 years. So some of our clients are going to get really long hair and other clients' hair will be shorter. Okay, so moving on to our catagen stage, that's when you can see quite clearly here the dermal papilla, which is that little dot here, which actively produces the keratin that our hair is made of. You can see there's a gap now between the hair bulb and the dermal papilla. So we know that that supply of that hair growing has moved away. So the hair is starting to break down and slow down over a period of 2 weeks. You can see here that the hair bulb and the actual hair itself held in the follicle is still being supplied by the blood. Remember the capillaries coming up through, and the dermal papilla, which is producing the keratin, is still held all together as one. But as it moves into the catagen phase, it's moved away. So there's no supply of keratin. The blood capillaries coming through are not feeding this particular hair anymore. So over a period of 2 weeks, that breakdown and change starts to happen in a follicle. Remember, we're talking about just one follicle over about 150,000 follicles on an average head. And then we move into a telogen stage, where the hair is actually working its way out of the follicle. Now this can happen over 3 to 4 months. Also might depend on the textbook that you read. Okay, it might just sort of say 12 weeks rather than months. So think about that when you're